Welcome, everyone. My name is Marilyn, coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. And I enjoy sharing stamping and creating things with you. So, welcome back if you've been here before. And if you've never been here before, I hope you'll have lots of fun with us. I am currently broadcasting to YouTube and Facebook. A reminder that if you're on YouTube, you will only see comments from YouTube. If you're on Facebook, you will only see comments on Facebook. As of next week, I'm going to go YouTube only for a variety of reasons. And I'll explain that as we go through the whole changeover scenario, and I will be using a new program. So cost of this program is part of the reason for that. I'd like to welcome Faye here to help me again tonight as my moderator. She will be answering questions as best she can for anything, and if we can't answer them live, we will certainly come back and answer things afterwards. So I'm going to just go through some screens. You can see on the screen right now below me here is what crafty goal do you want to accomplish before the end of August? I thought before the end of summer, but I thought no, let's limit it to the end of August. Let's have some fun here figuring out what we're going to do before the end of August. So, welcome to Glue and Giggles. I'm going to let you know about what I do for Zoom classes. Friday Zoom with friends is Friday at 1 o'clock. And others usually teach that. I just run the Zoom, so it's great fun. We have lots of fun and laughter and comments and everything. I do a 12-month of Christmas cards the second Thursday of the month, and I do a monthly card class the third Thursday of the month. Anyone is welcome to join. Registration is in my newsletter. If you don't have my newsletter, please let me know, and I'll send you the form to get ready for it. The 50% off sale that's happening with Stampin' Up! Will be ending on June 30th, so not many more days. It's a great deal on sweets and sweet products, so give it a check it out and see what's there. There's lots of things you can choose from. And the scrapbookers kit, it's for a scrapbook retreat, album retreat for 3 days in July, 16, 17, 18. And I recently bit the bullet and actually ordered it because I'm going to do my great-grandson's first year in that format. So I'm looking forward to it. So glad you're here to join me. I will switch down to my desktop. I have a couple more things to let you know about there. Go over to the comments. Don't see any comments. Anybody out there, if you comment, I do put your name in a draw for the card we made last week. Oh, I see you, Gail. Thank you. So even if you just say hi, or if you say where you're coming from, we love to hear where everybody's watching from, and we like to have you here sharing with us. So answer the question if you would, and let's carry on. I have Paper Pumpkin. If you haven't heard about it, it is a subscription that comes monthly to your door. And Faye, who's on here with me, is my Paper Pumpkin hero because she does lots of them and she does lots of alternatives with whatever comes in the packages. So this shows you July, which is available up till July 10th. Then you have August, then you have September. And each of these, if you're ordering them, you'll qualify, you can order the add-on die set. So that's something to keep in mind. The online exclusives, there are a number of them that are going to be available July 1st. I think it's first part of July anyway. And I do have this printed out mainly so I can look at it later and see where things came from. Someone had asked me, and I don't have that print out in front of me, the set that I'm going to use part of tonight is the Sunrise Sailing set, and I believe that was an all online exclusive from last time. So I find it best to just go onto the website and look at what's there. So let me know if you have any questions finding those things. I would certainly help you out. And if you are a subscriber to my newsletter, this week on Tuesday when it went out, you would have received a link to a measurement converter. And that's my gift to you. It is something I came up with, well, I was able to do in Canva. And it's really kind of neat because you can work from centimeters to inches or vice versa. And I hope you'll enjoy it. So, card tonight, I'm going to make a pop-out fun fold, fancy fold. And it's not difficult. This is one I did with my upline. So I thought, what a great thing. I'm going to share the measurements. The measurements I will type up in a PDF and have them in my newsletter next week. Again, if you're not on my newsletter, be sure and ask, and I will give you the link for that. And then you'll get this every week. So I'm going to start with Pool Party 8.5 by 5.5 and fold it. Then I have a piece for the inside. That would be this white piece. And it is 8 by 5, scored at 2.5, 5, and 6. I have designer paper 5.25 by 4. Another designer paper 1.25 by 4 3/4, and a couple of circles already cut that I'm going to stamp on. Full disclaimer, do not go ahead with this card until you see what actually has to happen. We've had a lot of laughter over the years with people saying, oh, I know how to put that together, I'll just do this. And it doesn't work that way all the time. So first thing we want to do is attach our designer paper to the front of the card. And when we do that, we do not want to glue the center. We're only going to glue the outside edges. Reason being that when we cut it out, we want to use those pieces. So please keep commenting to each other, chitter chattering. That's what this group is all about. It's really hard for me when I do an outside like that. I always do the center. So message to self, do not do that. I'm going to put it this way. This is paper, a 6 by 6 pack that I had. Again, trying to use up my designer paper. It is the Shades and Hues, one of the designs that Stampin' Up! Brought back in different colors. So it's quite pretty. So I thought we would use it tonight. And once you get that glued on, hello Marie, Betty, good to see you here. We're going to take it and cut this circle out of the center. That's our first step. So bear with me while my emboss machine kind of rattles on the table, probably. I'm just going to lay this wherever I think it should be. There's no rhyme to reason. Find my slightly bowed top plate and cut it out. And that die is from the Stylish Shapes dies. I'm sure you've all used them at some point. See, Kathleen's going to finish her Christmas cards until August. Good for you, Kathleen. Well, lucky if I'm done mine by December. So because I did not glue that center, except I've got glue somewhere there, obviously. Now I can take this and I have a cardstock and a designer paper that I can use in the card. So we will carry on. Next thing we're going to do is fold this white piece so that it looks like it does in that other card. And I'm not sure. I'm going to fold it and then I'm going to use that as my sample. How many of you do that? Everybody says, oh, I can't design cards. Well, I can't either. But I can sure copy other people. As we find out in our Friday Zoom class for sure, it's something like doing a mystery card each week. We're never quite sure. That's definitely not right. Okay. So I don't even know if I have it scored right when I look at it that way. Doesn't look like it. What did I tell you? 2.5, 5, and 6. It should be 2, 3.5, 5.5. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, we'll just rescore it. So 2, and try and use a score blade. 3.5, and oh, that one looks right. So this one was the one that was wrong. 3.5 there. And because I'm going to put designer paper on that, it's really not going to show. So, just a minute. This one has to go this way. It's going to look like that. Okay, maybe a little hard to see. See all kinds of good ideas on here. Marie's going to clean out her stamp room. Good idea. Oh, Linda, I'm glad you're here. You thought you wouldn't be. Betty, Christmas cards are already done for 2 years. Oh my. We've learned a lot about the postal strike, haven't we? So this is going to go on the inside here and over here. So I'm going to glue it on this side first. And I know if some of you have done this card before, and I know Karen, you're on here, you did it when I did it with my team leader. If I do something wrong, I hope it's fixable. So we want it there. We want it to fold over like that. And we want this piece to go over, but we don't want to glue it shut. So I'm going to just put adhesive along here and along here. Notice my hesitation? And I do have. So whoever's commenting, I will put your names in a draw for next week, and this card will come to you. So there is our basis. Now, what we want is this to go there, this one to go on the front because we took it out of there. So we only want it to be glued on that part. No, wrong place. We want it to be glued on the other part. Okay. I need this piece. And I know Faye can't be answering my questions because she questions for us because she's only got her phone today. So she's going to help me answer things afterwards. So there is my piece there. And now this one goes on the designer paper so that when it pops up like that. I'm sure lucky I got that sample. I'm going to just put adhesive here. And then I'm going to do a little bit of stamping and have something totally different. Well, thanks, Linda. She is enjoying the cardstock. That is from this package of Shades and Hues. I'm not sure if it's still available, but it might be, because we never know what's going to be in that store when we get there. I'm going to put this one on here just because I've got it and I don't want to waste it. It doesn't have to be that. But then, instead of putting, like on this one, we had stamped things, I'm going to find my white circles. I am going to stamp a couple things in Pool Party. This is Ahoy, which I want on the front. And I don't know how this is going to work because I haven't made one of them. So But those of you who've followed me for a while know that I have a brother who owns a sailboat and lives on it. So this stamp set was perfect. When I saw it, I thought, oh boy, I am going to get the sailing set and do lots of different things, thinking of him as I do them. That one I'm just going to put a couple of the little birds on. And now for my decorations on the front and inside of this one, I have cut out 2 of the sailboats. Do any of you have this set?
Not yet.
Let us know and what you've done with it. I want this one on here, and my idea was to put, yeah, maybe I'm going to turn the words a little bit sideways so my sailboat is going straight, because that would bother me if my sailboat was crooked. Pardon me, but I have glue on here and it's bothering me. So I will try to get it off. Much better. For whoever is going to get this card, you wouldn't want it to be stuck together like that. So I am going to use dimensionals on this. Sharon has the set but hasn't used it. Eddie's forcing herself to finish a few other projects first. I hear you. Yep. I come to my craft table and think, okay, now what should I do? I could do this and this and this and this, and it's hard not to play with all the new things for sure. But it is, I'll show you the pieces to the bundle because it's one of those unique ones that has, and I do have a couple other samples here. Not that well, one from the class I went to on Saturday and one from another one. But so there is my little sailboat. Oh, I do have some embellishments that are actually pool party colors, so I'm going to use them too. And then on the inside, I thought I would put this, and this sailboat can actually hang over because it isn't going to come through a hole like that one was. So, and I will just glue it flat because we've got enough bulk with the fun fold. I did ask my brother the proper names for all these boats. Of course, I don't have them memorized yet, so I can't tell you. But so there is our card. Isn't that kind of neat? It's a pop-out fun fold. And there's lots of room for you to write, even here if you wanted to write. But now, you tell me, yes, Karen loves the birds, Linda loves the birds, and Maggie, the sailboat dies cut so well. Yes, they do. They do. Okay, I have some flat adhesive back pearls, and they are, can you see they're different colors? And I have these party dots, which happen to have pool party as a color. Which one should I add? What do you think? Tell me, pearls or party? And you'll notice on my marking, my envelopes for them, just a hint, I've got LC, meaning last chance. So let's use them up. I see party. I see. I'll get some other cards to show you. Pearls, 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 pearls. Okay. A number of pearls. We'll use pearls. Oops. We'll try not to take the picture apart. So I'm going to put I think the smaller ones. And probably 3 of them are odd number. I guess could put more on there, but I think that's good. So that's that one. Now, it's too bad we can't. Yes, Marie likes the silver ones. Yeah, there's some great embellishments that we have. This is the one I showed you in the beginning that I did with heart paper. So use the words love. This is one I did a few years ago with the stamp set that we had. And it's the same idea, but you cut out a rectangle. And I never did finish to put anywhere to write on that one. And this one I also did a few years ago with this plant set. How many of you have that one? I know that it was quite popular when it came out. Die cut the frame, and then same idea. It's just a little bit different measurement because it's a rectangle there. So those are the pop-out cards. Now, let me share before I get to. I have something else to create for you as well. The Sunrise Sailing set is a stamp set. This particular stamps in the sails, so it looks like the sails are flowing in the wind. Great words, great fonts. Comes with the dies that Maggie was talking about, how well they cut out. I've seen people take these dies and do a number of them and put them on the card this way so that it looks like waves in the ocean. And it has a hybrid embossing folder. So you can die cut the boat at the same time as you emboss it. Isn't that neat? I just love it. So lots of things coming there, maybe even a class. No guarantees, but I'm thinking maybe I'd do a class in it. Further swap cards from my team. Thank you, Linda. This one came in the mail today. Good question. How do you store your cards so you can find them later? Years later. Gail. Actually, I'm in the process of trying to come up with a system for that. Part of what I'm doing is this kind of thing, where I write on it what it was, and therefore I don't need a paper or anything else. Here's my sample. Here's the measurements I need. I think that's going to work. Linda, thank you so much. Love how you got everything to match perfectly with that paper. Lori, another, what are they called? Double die, where you can stamp and die cut the words like that. Beautiful card. Thank you, Lori. Sharon, using designer paper strips. Great idea. A great way to use up those strips, like we all have so many of. And Heidi, another great design. Look at this card. Using the circles. Embossing folder, designer paper to cover that edge. This was my swap. This one I did with the blending brushes after embossing, and then just mounted the boat on it. This one I did in the class on Saturday. And another great idea, using the arches. So 3 different arches and the boat, and this is where I stamped with that extra stamp that's in the set. This is one using the washi tape, and I did a couple lives with the washi tape recently, but I saw one today where the lady actually did emboss in gold. She said she stamped the washi tape with Versamark and gold embossing powder, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Okay, here's an answer for you, Gail. Betty says, I keep my cards in a shoe box with a label, separating them into categories: birthday, masculine, anniversary, etc. Great idea, Betty. Thank you. This is from that class on Saturday again, the popcorn. It's got a little wobble. And this embossing folder comes in as a pair, but I think they're not available right at the moment. This is another one where you can stamp on the die cut. And we put dimensionals on either end of these, and then we could thread the ribbon underneath it. A great idea there. And this one I do not have. It's a solid, no, it's a single stamp, a big stamp. And we just stamped it a number of times on designer paper. Isn't that striking? I love how that turned out. And last but not least, this is the card we made and the envelope that we made last Friday in our Zoom with friends. And it's done on acetate with a mechanism in the middle. So it'll stand up and a place on the back to write on. Great card taught to us by Pam. So thank you, Pam, for doing that. And now I'm going to show you a different way to make an envelope. We've done a number of them using the punch board, or just folding it over and making a picture card. But the lady that I found this one on, I did a trial one and it didn't quite fit. So I'm going to adjust her size just a little bit. But I thought, what a great way. You've got designer paper. Let's see if this is going to fit now. Yeah, it's got to be that little bit more. So what it is a 9 1/4 by 6 3/4 designer paper. And with the short side at the top, you score at 1/2 inch on the 2 outside edges. So because it's 6 3/4, I can't just butt it up against there. Then you turn it and you score it at, let's see which side I did that at. 3 inches. Let me do this way. And then you do have to open the arm out, which is what our paper trimmer is so great for. And 7, and I'm going to do 3/8. She did 1/4, but it didn't quite fit. Then it was just a matter of folding and gluing. So she folded the edges, and she suggested the paper be non-directional, whatever. I've got directional, but I think it'll work. And it's like this way. A matter of trimming the edges, and this one is going to be on then she went in with her snips like we always do, or pretty well always do, and trim out the bow. I just thought it was for anyone who does not have the punch board. And if you were with me, I think it was in our Friday Zoom, I couldn't find my envelope punch board making that envelope, which I didn't really need. Pam had such good instructions. I found it since. You'll be happy to know it was buried in a basket that I had with unfinished projects, as we talked about earlier tonight. So all is not lost. I found it. Then this lady, she had done a card and then she did matching DSP for the envelope. Mine isn't quite matching. She folded these edges in. She put her adhesive on here. And then just folded them up. And her comment was, if it's If you didn't cut quite straight and whatever, you can trim it after. There's a little bit there that I might trim, but not a great deal. And the other thing she suggested was, with most of this, you would have to put like a label die or the labels like I use that are printed on the Dymo printer. So then I did pick paper to match this. It just, and I would put tear and tape on here, and there's your envelope. Isn't that neat? Not very difficult at all. So that will be in my newsletter as well, that goes out on Tuesday for you all to make your own envelopes. So I hope you've enjoyed those. And you have a basket of unfinished projects too. Yeah. They seem to pile up. Also want to let you know this card from last week. Pam, you won that. I didn't see you on here yet tonight. Maybe you're here, but that will be coming in the mail to you. So like I say, everybody who comments, no matter how, YouTube or Facebook, I will be putting your name in a draw. And I did that today about noon. So you've got all week. Get your friends to come and watch. On YouTube, please like and subscribe. That really helps me get noticed there, and we'll get a lot more things happening over there. So as I said earlier, I will be doing YouTube only next week, barring anything unforeseen. And I will be sharing the link over on Facebook, so you can go from there over to YouTube. And hopefully I will see you all there. Thanks for joining us. Take care now.